And in studio is Scott Flansburgh, the human calculator. But he also brought along comedian Simon Taylor. And Simon, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing
so
great.
You tell me about your time writing with the Tonight Show.
Well, it was a pretty crazy story. I was just in LA, it was 4 years ago, just to do a stand-up gig.
Yeah.
And I just did a spot in the back of a comic book store in the middle of nowhere in LA, thinking, oh man, what am I doing here? And a producer from the Tonight Show saw me and he said, hey, come to the Tonight Show. I'll get you tickets to the show.
Yeah.
Watched the show, was pretty, ecstatic to be there. And after the show, I'm leaving. He's like, no, come back and meet Jay. And I got chatting with Jay, and he's like, oh, you're from Australia. Okay, great. Yeah, send some jokes in. That'd be great, yeah. And I couldn't believe it. He heard that I was funny. And so that night I wrote 2 pages of jokes, sent them in, and the next day I had a contract. So unbelievable. I was in America for all of 2 weeks, and it changed my life.
That's really cool. How do you have that story? That's a great
Jay
story.
Leno was just sending me checks for every joke I wrote for him. It was pretty fun.
That's
I covered the last election, and I got to know America pretty well through just covering your politics.
Well, you have no idea what you're in the middle of now.
Wow.
With this
I could have
election.
been making so much money writing jokes right now.
Oh, man. It's got to be the one thing that Letterman is just crushed over is he's not on the air during all of this.
Oh, man. He had enough time. He had a lot of time with Donald Trump anyway, so he's got a backlog of material.
So you went back and you did a talk show over there?
I did. So when
Australia?
Leno retired, and I kind of was on the road all the time. I was running around America and I was running around Australia and Asia. And then when Leno retired, I had an opportunity to do my own show back home in Australia. So I did that for a year, and then the government cut funding to the network. It was a government-funded network. So I'm back in America.
And
so hanging out here,
right.
hoping to do colleges, and just been running around the East Coast the last few weeks.
All right, cool. How much, by the way, does Jay Leno pay for his jokes?
Oh, I've got a check. I could probably say this now. I've got a check on my wall. The last check I ever got was $75 for a joke.
All right. That's $75 a joke.
Hand signed check.
Hand signed by Jay Leno. That's cool.
There you go. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's framed now.
I wouldn't sign that. I wouldn't cash that. It's worth putting it up on the wall.
Well, we'll see how hungry I get out here.
You're right.
We'll see how many of those colleges come through, Bill.
He may also call you up and say, I'm going to need you to cash that check, all right?
Yeah,
come on.
that's right.
We'll see what happens.
It's still showing up in my...
Come on, you haven't cashed that check yet.
Yeah. All right, well, good stuff. Well, listen, we wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
You're working on a Comedy Central pilot right now.
That's right. We just wrapped on the pilot, so we're pitching that. So fingers crossed I'll have some work in L.A.
All right, well, listen, Trump's belief is that you should not be here because you're
No, that's not true. I pay my tax. I contribute.
You do.
American comics come over and do our gigs, so it's it's back and forth. It's an international community. Put it that way.
If you could vote here, for whom would you vote?
Listen, don't throw me to the wolves. I'm not trying. I want 100% market here. Don't put me on one side.
Well, if one candidate wins, then you'll have more fodder for jokes, right?
Listen,
so which is
I want
the most
what's best for
joke-worthy?
America. So you
Okay.
guys do what's best for you, and I'll write jokes no matter what.
I'm not sure which one will deliver better, Hillary or Trump, when it comes to the jokes. I'm not sure.
That's a good point.
That's a very good question. All right, good deal. Simon, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Scott Flansburgh, that app, by the way, you search the human calculator. I just searched human calculator and it popped right up.
Yeah, the human calculator game, and it's just for all ages. Anybody who's around 9 years old, or if you feel like you're 9 years old when it comes to doing numbers in your head, like most people do.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of parents and grandparents, if they sit down and do this, they'll fill all those gaps they never filled, that they were always wondering why numbers never added up to them, and it'll give them a chance to show their kids that it's important enough to sit down to do it. So great to see you guys. Thanks for having me, Bill.
I love just observing the human psyche, and which is why going to the mall and sitting and watching these crazy people walk around is I enjoy that. And what I really enjoyed here just a few moments ago was watching Manaski. Now, as the comedian's talking, now this is on the art side.
Yeah.
And Manaski's just kind of like rolling his eyes. But the minute Flansburgh starts talking math, Manaski's into the conversation. He's like,
thanks, man.
Oh, boy.
Hey, one day math is cool. One day math will be cool. Just like reading and writing is cool. and it's really in now.
One day.
Numbers and math
Yeah.
will be just
But
as
until
cool.
then, buy tickets to my comedy show.
Yeah.
Manaski's rolling his eyes. I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
I'll drop some mats in the show.
All right,
no
all
problem.
right. Listen, Andrew, these two calls, can I take these?
Yeah,
what
take
do we
them
have?
quick, take
who,
them quick.
who am I talking to?
So the first one is Stephanie's father.
Okay. Hello, Stephanie's father. Good morning. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
Samantha's
hi.
father?
It's Samantha's
Samantha,
father.
yeah.
Samantha, not somebody.
Yeah.
She wanted to add, but didn't get a chance. We are going to be forever finding somebody to fill Christine's place that can pronounce the ending ing.
That's a very good point.
That's a tough bill to fill right there. And she just about came out of her seat last week when Mr. Daly was on.
Okay.
With his pronunciation, and I explained to her he was a good prosecutor. He was a fair judge. You got to give him an even break, you know.
That is so. Well, listen, I love the fact that, and so she pronounces it Clinton as opposed to Clinton, right?
Right.
So in the INGs, believe me.
Well, what's Samantha doing for the summer?
yeah,
doing.
maybe,
Get it?
Maybe,
What is she doing for the summer? She could come in and
Maybe
fill
she's the
in.
replacement.
Bright
Samantha's
future.
She
father.
would absolutely love that.
All right, we'll get her. We'll maybe get her.
We'll
in
get a
here
resume.
in
Yeah.
a week. I'll let you talk to Andrew, and he'll hook something up. But having her in and caring about the pronunciation of the words—that's pretty big. Who's on two, Andrew? Quickly,
Mr. Ed Welsh.
Ed Welch. Ed, good morning. Thanks for calling in here. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. How you doing this morning?
Great. Ed, well, you know.
Hey, I want to just wish the very best to Christine. I'm going to miss her terribly. She's done a great job for WIBX and a great friend. And I'm going to miss her terribly.
Thank you, Ed. I will miss you as well.
You know, Bill, not for nothing, but you owe so much of your success to this woman.
I
I'm gonna
agree.
tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to use automotive terms. You know, if you start your car up and you hold the gas pedal right to the floor for too long, it'll blow up.
That's a very good
Overreact and
point.
blow up. Christine is your personal governor.
That is absolutely right. And listen, she is, and will be greatly missed. You have no idea how hard this is for us.
It is, and without your governor, Bill, there's a real chance you can overrev and blow up. So I'm a little concerned about you.
Oh,
well,
he is not.
listen,
He's fine.
There's the governor, and then there's that big explosion that happens out of the tailpipe. That is caused by my wife. So just for the record, she'll be there to whack me side the head if I need to be. But you're absolutely right. This is, and I knew with Christine we had somebody special. I'll tell you this one quick story. The convenience store over in West Utica that had the torn flag. It was the American flag. It was terrible. Jim Zecca, I think, is the one that called in and said, "You guys should do something about that." So Christine and I went over there. And the guy barely spoke English, and here's this American flag along with some other flags that were just torn and tattered. It was disgusting to see it hanging up there. So I went in, and there was a language barrier issue. And Christine said, well, maybe they'll let us, we were going to deliver the flag, and you said, maybe they'll let us put the flag up. And I'm like, well, I don't think we should. I don't think they're very happy with us being here right now. I don't think we should. So I talked to the guy. My vibe was we shouldn't ask. Christine walked right up to the guy and said, can we put the flag up? We would like to put it up right now. Meanwhile, we have no ladder. We have no way to get up there. And the guy agreed to it. Mm-hmm. And then I said, well, Christine, I don't know how we're going to get up there now. And within 5 minutes, I can't even say who came over, but she had a whole group of people that came over with ladders and equipment. They got up and accomplished the whole thing. You had no fear whatsoever, and that is when I knew this one was a toughie. This Christine Bellino.
But this is an amazing community, and just the fact that all those people did come together at such last minute notice is amazing, and it's indicative of one of the reasons why I am just genuinely going to miss this place. I think that Utica will always be my second home.
It was my first.
Christine,
yeah.
Well, I wish you the best and just tell you happy motoring.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. We appreciate it. I do have to say, it was my third month on the air here, and I really thought we were going to die. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought we were going to die. And there's Christine getting in there and getting us right in the heat of it all. So, got a break. We'll come right back. 8:20 at WIBX.